Today's class, we are going to be focusing on harvesting our lessons. So, what I mean by that is we've gone through majority of our year, and if you can picture yourself walking through a field here, I'm going to talk you through this at the end of the practice as well, and all of the things that we've learned throughout our year. So, this is the time to have a lot of reflection with what we've gone through and the lessons that we've learned, maybe something that we've tried, and think of your past year or your past 10 months as a garden. Now, typically with a garden, you grow things. Some of them turn out beautifully, some of them don't work out at all. And those ones that don't work out, they just fall back into the soil, they'll go back into the earth. So, for today, I want to bring you back into what we've harvested from our year so far and what we can take with us moving into the next couple months of the year. So I encourage you to close your eyes here or find something still to gaze at as I talk you through this theme a little bit more. As we harvest our lessons that we've gathered throughout the year, today we harvest the wisdom from the year so far. What have you grown? What have you learned? And is there anything that you have released? Throughout the year, we've done enough planting. Now it's time to gather what's ready to be received. One of the biggest mantras we can use for today is I gather the lessons I've grown. November invites us to pause before winter, reflect on what we've planted. Not everything has blossomed the way that we expected. Obviously, that's life. But even the unripe, the lost, and the withered hold wisdom. Well, as you sit here and contemplate and look back and reflect on your year so far, a few questions that can perhaps pull in a little bit more of that thought process. And as we look for wisdom over outcome, what did I nurture this year that grew beautifully? What didn't unfold as planned? And what did I learn from that? And what am I ready to release before winter's rest? And as we move through our practice this morning, we'll come back to these questions. We'll look for areas on how to gather what this year has grown within us, what strength we have through our resilience, and using compassion to open your heart and open your practice to what has already come and what will be. I like to start my classes with a nice cleansing breath, taking in what you've learned and releasing what needs to be released. Gently bring your hands together at heart center. Take a full breath in through your nose and exhale side out through your mouth. Give a soft release to your hands. You can adjust back into the light as you open your eyes. Come off of any props and you're going to come to lay down into a child's pose. So take any variation of your child's pose you'd like here. Your knees can be together for more of a big fold in your upper body, or your knees are separate, having a little more space for your chest to come down. Support yourself with any props that you need to here as well. Maybe that bolster underneath your head, or even wrapping yourself in a blanket. And even coming back into those questions that I was asking you from before. What has really nourished into a beautiful time of your life? That perfectly ripe piece of fruit that has grown in your garden. You picked it at just the right time and it has blossomed into who you are right now. Gently walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, getting a nice lateral stretch to the right side of your body. And take your next inhale, come back to the center, and then use your exhale to walk your hands over to the right. I gather what this year has grown within me. Use your inhale to come all the way back to center. And start to activate your hands here, spreading your fingers nice and wide, lifting your elbows off of the mat, and then use the top of your head to pull yourself all the way forward into a tabletop. Now we're going to keep with that movement a little bit. Sink your hips all the way back toward your heels. Use your inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale as you push it all the way back. Go for 3 more times. A nice long, steady inhale as you rise, maybe even pressing your hips a little more forward before you take them all the way back. 2 more times. And the next time you come into your tabletop, stay there. Adjust your body as much as you need to, keeping your knees underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. Moving through your cat-cow, start to sink your belly down through melting into the mat. Melt your heart, lift your gaze, look forward. Exhale as you tuck the tailbone, round the back, push into your hands and look back. Inhale as you sink everything back down, lift your gaze, look forward. Exhale, tuck and round, look back. Keep going with your own cycle of your breath here. Maybe even taking the opportunity to inhale all of those lessons that you've learned, that growth, and exhale, release what doesn't need to be. Let it fall to the soil and go back into the earth. One more full cycle of that breath. And come all the way back to a neutral position with your spine. Grab your blanket and place it underneath your left knee, stepping forward with your right foot. Now, I prefer to have my blocks when it comes to a lunge. That way I can isolate more into my hips rather than hinging and rounding through my upper body. It gives me a chance to focus on my posture here as well. But if you feel like you want to adjust and have your hands on the floor, that is your choice. It is your practice. So looking to have some depth with our lunge for this morning. Take your time as you find that position that works best for you. We'll stay here for a few cycles of your breath, and then we'll work through our layers to get a little bit deeper down. From here, start to step that right foot out a little bit more to the side, bringing your right hand to the inside edge of your foot. Stay a little more upright here as you turn on your knee or on the outside edge of your foot and then bring it back in. So for those of you trying to look for the visual, we'll be here. You can rotate the knee open and then take it close. So just starting to introduce a little more of that external rotation through your hip. And sometimes we have more of that rotation. It allows us to get further into our position. Now we're looking for stillness. So find an area that you can hold here. It may be upright. It could be lowering your blocks down, maybe even a little further, perhaps even using your props to bring the ground a little bit closer toward you as you bring your bolster on top of your blocks and your forearms down. We're looking for a good amount of stretch, nothing too intense where you feel like you cannot hold it for about 10 cycles of your breath. A little bit more than just that gentle stretch. And play around with your front foot if you do need to come to the outside edge of your foot as well, just to get some more rotation through the hip. Now, the hips tend to hold a lot of emotion, so look for areas to soften: your shoulders, your hands, your jaw. A few more cycles of your breath. And take one more long breath in where you are, and a full breath out. Now work back up the layers that you came down in. So pushing back up to your hands, starting to plant your entire foot. Remove your bolster if it's there. And then we're going to slowly start to pull the hips back and straighten out that front leg. You can frame your front leg with both blocks here as well, and then hinge at the hips. So now we're feeling that stretch through the back of that front leg. It does help to activate your foot here as well. So pull the toes back toward your knees. And focusing on your front foot here, start to point your toes, try to touch the floor, the mat with your foot, and then pull the toes all the way back. Do it again a few more times. Bring the foot down and then pull it back. Last time, getting some range of motion into your ankle. You can turn the foot in, turn the foot out. Do it again, in and out. Maybe creating some circles with that foot, keeping the leg nice and straight. Now noticing the isolation that you have in your ankle, even into that hip as we rotate the foot open and close, and then switch the direction of your circles. And once you're done, switch it over to the other side. So patting up your right knee, stepping forward with the left. A gentle reminder here that the body can be very asymmetrical, especially if we have a dominant side and a non-dominant side. So I encourage you to find what works best on this side rather than try to keep it equal. So we'll start by just staying in a neutral lunge position for right now, noticing how this side feels as we start to introduce that sensation. Start to heel toe that left foot out to the left side, bringing your left hand to the inside edge of your foot. Maybe opening the knee out and then taking it back. Looking for that external rotation to create some more mobility before we come down. Start to look for what it feels best on this side. Is it staying as you are? Is it starting to lower your blocks down? Using your props to support you. Maybe even building that little structure again. What do we need to do with that front foot? Did you want to come back into the outside edge of the foot just to have a little more of that rotation? And once again, find that sweet spot that you know you can hold for about 10 cycles of your breath, looking for areas in the body to relax. Shoulders, hands, jaw. There's oftentimes things that we hold on to a lot longer than we should within our lives. So observe your hips and the feelings and emotions that are coming to the surface here. A lot of the time, that is where we hold a lot of our tension. So what comes to the surface naturally, can we let it release with your harvesting? Anger, frustration. Take one more long breath in. Big breath out. Work back up your layers. Same way that you came down. Bringing your foot back to a neutral position, straightening out your front leg, pulling the toes back toward you, and hinge at the hips. Focusing on your front foot here, start to point the toes, touch the mat as much as you can, and then pull the toes all the way back. Do it 2 more times. Point the toe, pull it back. Last time. And from here, turn the toes in, turn the toes out. Do it again, in and out. Creating some circles with your foot, trying to keep your leg nice and straight. So noticing the mobility in your ankle, observing the ball and hip or ball and socket joint in your hip here as you rotate the leg, and then switch the direction. And from here, start to bring your knee all the way back into a tabletop, taking a child's pose or your downward facing dog. You choose how you want to progress as we start to build a little bit of heat in the body here. If it's in your child's pose, again, find what works best for you, but try to keep your arms nice and active so your elbows are lifted off of the ground. From here, start to work your way up to the top edge of your mat, standing nice and tall. So whatever path you need to get there, take your time as you find it. Everyone's path is different as we practice, even together with the sequence that I've created with you. Now take it to Tadasana here. Stay grounded through your feet and reflect. What are some of the bigger lessons that you've taken throughout the year? And perhaps some of those lessons are not to compare yourself to others, to look at yourself in a new light and show yourself some confidence. Maybe it's something deeper. And reflect on those beautiful times within your year, those beautiful things that have come to fruition. Releasing a little bit more through the body with some salutations. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up above the head. Exhale as you dive down. Inhale, find your halfway lift, a nice flat back. Exhale as you fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Plant your hands onto the mat and step back into your high plank or tabletop. Lower to your knees and come all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale as you bow. Tuck your toes, push up to your knees, take a down dog or your child's pose, your preference. If you're in your child's pose, make your way into your tabletop. We're going to extend the right leg back behind you, whether you're in your down dog or your tabletop, and then start to bring that right foot forward and then pick up your back knee if it is down. Plug the back foot so the toes are pointing all the way to the left and rise up. Beautiful. We'll take a little different path to get up here, but we made it. So your toes are going to face the top edge of your mat. Your back leg is straight and strong, pushing the outer edge of the foot into the floor. Bend your knee as much as you can here. So you're coming toward me. Yeah, there we go. That knee is going to stay right over the heel. You can see at least the first two toes. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze your glutes a bit, grow nice and tall, and then add in your arms. Warrior two. Maybe reflecting back and using this position to feel proud of whatever your garden looks like. Has there been more growth? Has there been more of those seeds that have fallen back to the earth? And what lessons we've learned along the way. Take a nice big inhale where you are. Exhale as you start to bring your hands all the way back down to the mat. Stepping back into your high plank or your tabletop. Move through that vinyasa as you lower all the way to the mat. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale, bow. Inhale, push back up. And take your down dog or child's pose. And wherever you are, start to bring that left leg back behind you, taking it forward, picking up your back knee if you need to, plugging your foot and rising all the way back up. Yeah. All right, bend into that front leg. Stop when the knee is directly over the heel. You can see at least those first two toes. Grow nice and tall, tuck that tailbone, be proud here, and extend your arms out. Notice the strength, the resilience that we've had throughout the year as well. If there's been particularly difficult times in your life, where you are in this moment on the other side. Take a nice inhale where you are. Exhale as you bring your hands all the way back down. This time we're going to tuck your toes behind you, step forward to the top edge of your mat. Exhale as you take a fold. Lead with the back of the head. Inhale as we rise up. And exhale your hands through heart center. And take a moment in your Tadasana. Allow your body to settle. Moving again. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Move through your vinyasa. If you want to skip it, you're more than welcome to. Finding your way into your down dog or your child's pose. And we're going to find our way back into your warrior two. So bring that right leg back behind you. Take it forward. Plug the back heel and rise up. Yeah. Here, take that left hand to the back of your thigh and bring your right hand to the back of your head. Now we want to point the elbow up to the sky here. So start to lean back, sliding that left hand down into a variation of your exalted warrior. Tuck your knee in that front foot, making sure that we're staying into that lunge position. So stay nice and low into it. If this is a little too aggressive, we can also bring the hand to the lower back, just opening through the chest here is our main purpose for our exalted warrior. Use your inhale to come back into your warrior two, and then your exhale to come all the way back down to the mat. Once again, move through that vinyasa, lowering down, finding your cobra, and taking it back into your down dog or that child's pose. Moving into the other side, bringing that left foot forward, rising up into your warrior two. Right hand comes to the back of your thigh, bringing that left hand to the back of your head. Start to lean back, look up, point that elbow to the sky. Again, option can be that arm to the lower back here as well. Take your inhale, come back to your warrior two. Exhale, bring your hands back down. Stepping forward to the top edge of your mat. Exhale as you fold. Lead with the back of the head, rise up. And exhale your hands to your heart center. Take a moment again in your Tadasana. You've got one more to go. One more full salutation. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale halfway. Exhale fold. You take that path that you need to into your child's pose or your down dog. Start to make your way back into that same position with the right foot forward. And then as you rise up, instead of finding your warrior two, we're going to take it into a triangle pose. So for those of you that need a little bit more of that height from the ground up, I suggest bringing your block to the inside edge of your foot. Now, the intention with triangle is to try to square yourself to the left side and then lean laterally. Sometimes it helps to have more of that turn, but I encourage you to find that range of motion where you can plug that left hip back and pull the right hip forward. Now, this hip is going to come out to the side. Use your arms to reach as much as you can with that right arm and then come down to your block. Yeah, so both legs are aiming to be straight here, and opposed to our warrior two, where we bend that front leg, we're looking to have those triangle shapes with your body. Your arms are aiming to be in that straight line. If you can't quite get there, that's okay. You can again bring your hand to your lower back if that feels better for the shoulder. The big thing with our triangles, we want to pull that left shoulder back. Try to stack your shoulders in a straight line. If it feels okay on the head, look up to your hand. And take a nice big inhale where you are. Use your exhale to grab that block and stand all the way up. Yeah, we're just going to move to the other side rather than going through our full vinyasa. So turn the right toes now to face the long edge. The left toes will face the back. We're going to switch your hand. Square your hips as much as you can. Reach with that left arm this time, taking it down to the inside edge of your foot. Now we're going to move with your inhale as you pull yourself all the way back up. Turn to face the top edge of your mat and take a step forward. You can remove the block and just place it off to the side. So with any garden, we build roots. So now we want to really tie into the roots that we've already cultivated through all the strength and the resilience that we've had throughout the year. So we're going to focus on our tree position. Now, if you know that balancing is not your strong suit, I encourage you to move to a space by a wall or a ledge that you can hold on to. But we're going to start with the right foot planted. Pick up your toes, spread them nice and wide, and then place them down onto the mat. Now there's 3 levels to your tree. Find the level that works best on this side. Level 1, we're going to keep the ball of the foot down on the mat and your heel will come up against your ankle. Level 2, we're going to pull that foot into the inside edge of your calf. So just testing out that balance a little bit. We want to avoid the knee in general, as that's a joint that we don't want to put pressure into. So your third level is to pick the foot up and then take it all the way above the knee to the inside edge of your thigh. Now, if you're this high up, we want that pushing motion. Your thigh and your foot are pushing in together, and this right hip is sucking in. So that's the big goal, is to keep that straight line. Now your other knee can be opening out here. Test out your roots with some movement. What happens if you start to lift your gaze or add a little bit of movement with your branches, your arms? If it's stillness that you need here, find your drishti point, that still gaze that's not moving, that you can maintain and breathe. A couple more cycles of your breath, if you can stay with it. And start to bring your hands down, softly remove your foot and place it back down onto the floor. Just shake it out. All right. Other side tends to be the non-dominant side that we focus on. So plant your left foot, pick up your toes nice and wide, place them down onto your mat. Find the level that's for you on this side. It's completely different. So level 1, level 2, whoop, level 3. Observe your balance on this side. Those roots, can we thicken them as we stay here strong? Your drishti point is there to help you stay still. Maybe testing out those roots that we've created with some movement with your upper body. And just like we see all around us in this time of change, all the leaves are falling. So we have our trunk, we have those roots, we have our branches. Let go of anything that is not necessary, just like a leaf falling from the tree. Give a soft release to your hands, release your foot, and take it back down. Turn to face this long edge of your mat. Why don't we face the beautiful landscape over here rather than the not so beautiful landscape over here? Step your feet as wide as your wrist. Beautiful. Keep your feet parallel here so your toes are even going to be tucked in slightly. We want a nice wide stance as we do this. Bring your hands to your hips and then start to hinge at those hips. We're going to stop halfway, making sure you have that 90-degree bend in your hip region. Now I want you to energetically pull your feet together like you're trying to scrunch up your mat underneath you. Keep pulling, keep going, and then relax your legs. We're going to do that again. Keep pulling the feet together here like you're really trying to draw them together, and then relax. One more time with it. Pull in. Your thighs are going to fire up, and then relax. Slowly start to hinge all the way down, using your props to support you if you need those blocks to have the floor come to you. That's a great way to have your forward fold. You've got lots of options ahead of you as well. We can have the hands come to the floor. We can interlace your arms as well as you allow your torso just to hang and dangle. If you want to add a little movement here, you're more than welcome to sway yourself side to side, or even give a soft bend into your knees as you sway, just to help to release that joint. Now, using your blocks, we're going to bring your hands down toward them. They can be at the medium height or the highest height. You choose what's best for you. Now, I want you to fold as much as you can here. And when you inhale, we're going to inhale to your halfway lift, just like we did in our salutations. Exhale as you fold. Good. Inhale, come back up to that halfway, a nice flat back. Exhale as you take it down. One more time with it. Inhale halfway, and then exhale as we fold. Using a block if you need to have that range of motion, bring it underneath your right hand, lift to that halfway point, and then circle the left arm up all the way. Take an inhale where you are. Use your exhale to take that left hand down. Switch it over to the other side. Inhale the right arm up. Inhale where you are. Exhale, bring that right hand all the way back down. Now start to heel toe your feet together here a few times. allowing yourself to have a little bit wider than hip width apart, and then sink your hips down. Now, when it comes to your squat position, we want to try to keep the heels down on the ground. So sometimes we don't have that range of motion. Grabbing both of your blocks and sitting on your blocks might be a way for you to focus on the crucial parts of our squat. So making sure those knees are open, your chest is proud. This is a very functional movement as we've had this squat position with us since we were, I don't know, 1 BC, whatever the year is. But it helps with digestion. It helps with balancing out your whole system. And then start to bring your hands back down to the mat. Lift your hips back up into the air. We can slide those blocks off to the side. Walk yourself to face the top edge of your mat, and then take a down dog or your child's pose. Working our way into our pigeon pose. From your tabletop, if you're with me here, we're going to pull that right knee toward your right hand. Your foot is going to come out to the left side a little bit, and then slide that left foot back. And we're going to stay upright for a moment here. Just take a glance over your left shoulder. Make sure your heel is in line with your hip. And then from here, walk your hands over to the right side a bit so you have a bit of that twist. Use your inhale to come all the way back to center. You're welcome to use your little bolster or a blanket here and come on down for support as you fold that pigeon. And take one more long breath in. Full breath out. Move with your inhale as you start to come back up. Things can feel fragile as we move out of this pose. So take what you need. Is it a down dog? Is it a tabletop? There's something else that I haven't mentioned. A big part of our yoga practice is listening to what feels best in your body. When you feel like you're ready, move into the other side, pulling that left knee forward, sliding your right leg back, glance over your shoulder. Make sure the heel is in line with your hip, and then walk your hands over to the left side for the twist. You'll notice if we're still holding on to some of that tension or where we can release it. Your jaw is usually the number one spot that we clench our teeth, we hold that tension. And sometimes it's as simple as bringing your tongue to the top of your mouth, the roof of your mouth, and just pressing into it to relax your vagus nerve. And take it all the way back to center, using your props as support if you'd like them here as we fold over in your pigeon. One more long breath in, full breath out. Now from here, we're going to move that bolster away from us. Bring your forearms down and then come down onto your belly. We're going to stay upright here in your Sphinx position. So your elbows are going to be underneath your shoulders. Your hands are nice and parallel, so straight out like L's. We'll say they're L's. Keeping your legs straight back behind you. Untuck your toes here. There's two motions I want you to take. The first one is to push into your elbows. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Keep that and melt your heart forward. Now, if this is a little too aggressive on your back, we can also bring your elbows forward, reducing that range of motion. Or if you feel like just laying down on your belly has a significant amount of curvature in your back, then we can stay there. That being said, if you do want to go a little bit further, we have a few options. Number one, you can bend into your legs, adding some curve into your spine. Number two, we can also grab onto that little mini bolster, your blanket, and bring your elbows up higher. Remember, listen to your body here. We're just looking for that place that we can relax your buttocks, relax your jaw, your shoulders. We're not looking for that external expectation of the pose. But use this time to be proud of everything that you've come through within the year. Once again, reflecting. Open to receive whatever is to come for the rest of the year. Your heart is open. Take one more full breath in where you are. Use your exhale, draw your hands together, widen your elbows, and come down to the mat. Now I encourage you to find a nice big rounding through your spine here, allowing your hands to come down beside your body and turn your head to one side. See if you can get the entire ear to come down to your mat. Turn your head to the other direction. Take your head back to neutral here, creating a little bit of movement in your hips, swaying them side to side like you're shaking your booty. Sometimes the Sphinx pose can create a lot of fragile feeling into your lumbar spine. So we're going to slowly start to create some motion back into that area. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly come up into your tabletop. Now take what you need here, whether it's some cat-cows or just swaying the hips side to side. And started to introduce that mobility back in. And then from here, take your child's pose. Use your next inhale to lift your gaze, look to your hands, and walk your hands back toward your legs. Shift your weight onto one hip and have a seat onto your mat. We're going to take it into a half butterfly for our main fold for today. So if you notice that you are a little tight when it comes to folding over, I do encourage you to sit on something. So whether it's your bolster or even just sitting on a blanket might allow for a little bit more of that pelvic tilt coming forward. And that's what we want to aim for when we get into your fold. So the first thing I want you to do here is square yourself more into the middle. So not so much over your leg, but your leg will be out on an angle. You're just going right into the middle. Doesn't matter which side you have forward here. We're going to do both back to back and then start to come forward. Now find that range of motion. You can aim to have both of your hips stay down onto the mat. If you want, you can extend your arms out just like you would in a child's pose, or you can even use your blocks and your props to prop yourself up. As we start to get closer toward the end of our practice here, I encourage you to tune toward your lessons with compassion. So whatever it is that you've learned, can we show yourself compassion, whether it's something hard that you've gone through or maybe just that lesson in general? Instead of reflecting and beating yourself up about it, look at it in the more of that positive light. Use your next inhale to slowly start to come all the way out of the fold. This is another one that the body can feel a little fragile after coming out of. So take what you need. Personally, for me, I like to have my hands behind you, widening my legs, and then knocking my knees side to side like windshield wipers. If this is something that you just want to stay with your legs straight with as well, push the floor away. And then we'll move into the other side. So the other foot will come in leg is out on an angle, we want to square ourselves right in the middle. So rather than over the leg, right into the center. When you're ready, come forward. Support yourself with your props, with your blocks, whatever it is that you need. And folding is a way that we can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest state. So again, scan the body, look for those areas that you can soften, relax. And once again, use your inhale to slowly come out. And take whatever positions you'd like here, just to act as more of that counter position. And this would be the opportune time to put on some layers before we head back down to your mat. So any socks, any sweaters, keeping your blanket and your props nearby, especially your bolster, we'll need that one. And as we come down to the mat, we're going to bring the bolster up against your lumbar spine area in line with your spine. So we want to have it lengthwise. So when we come down, we're going to be laying on top of the bolster. This is similar to a fish pose. We can have the knees bent if you'd like, but the goal is to keep the buttocks onto the mat. So we're getting into a nice big heart open here. That's why I wanted you to have more of that soft bolster, the lower one. If this is a little too intense, you can also roll up your blanket lengthwise along the spine, then have a more gentle heart opener. When you come down, feel comfortable as you do this. There's many different positions we can do with your feet or your legs as well. So you can also keep your knees bent and just knock your knees into each other, similar to a constructive rest position. On the flip side, you can also find more of that reclined butterfly. So you're opening through your hips, or if you prefer just to have your legs extended out, that might feel nice as well. So see what feels the best for you. The reason why we have such a big heart opener near the end of our practice is I want you to be open to what the next season has to offer before we head into the winter months, taking our lessons with us and receiving what is meant for us. Wherever you are, start to plant your feet back onto the mat. From here, we're going to bring your legs together. Just roll over to one side. We want to keep your head below or in line with your heart rather than sitting up. And then just move that bolster away. Just give it a little push. And then come to lay down into your constructive rest position. So now you're on your back on your mat. Hug your knees into your chest, create some of that counter balance in your spine. And then allow your legs to come to the right side for your twist. Support yourself with those props if you need to, something between your knees or underneath. One more long breath in. Full breath out. Use your inhale, pull one leg back up, pull the other leg back up. Take your time before we switch to the other side, finding any movement or stillness that is necessary for you. When you feel like you're ready to move into the other side, hug your legs back into your chest. And allowing your legs to come to the left side. Once again, supporting yourself with any props. This will be your last position before our final resting pose. Take one more long breath in. And your full breath out. Come all the way back to center. Having any last minute movements you would like to take here, maybe something just to create a little bit more of that neutral spine, a bridge, a happy baby. Using your props to support you in your final resting pose, perhaps that bolster underneath your knees. Wrap yourself up in your blanket, get cozy here. Now, once again, using our visualization at the end of our practice, just like I gave you at the beginning. So, for this one, I want you to visualize yourself walking through your field of all of your year's experiences. So, take a moment here and get settled. Find a comfortable position, hold a steady gaze, or even close your eyes just to have that field in your mind. And as you walk, you notice all the different colors of the flowers, the fragrances, maybe even a subtle breeze. And as you move from month to month, noticing what those fruits look like that you've collected. Those are your lessons that you're taking with you, those nice ripe lessons. Maybe even observing some of those fruits or vegetables that have fallen to the soil. And what doesn't serve you goes back into the earth, back into the universe. And the cycle begins again next year. And as you keep walking, visualize every single experience that you've had, making your way to this moment. The growth that you've achieved, the strength through resilience, and how strong and beautiful your field is, whether it's full of flowers or rebuilding. And as I take you into your pranayama to finalize our practice this morning, I encourage you to take each breath in with every lesson that you've taken, and take each breath out with what doesn't serve you moving forward. We'll work with our Samavriti, which is our equal ratio breath. We'll inhale through the nose to the count of 4 and exhale through the nose to the count of 4. And these nice long, steady breaths in and out will help to neutralize your nervous system even more after our practice. We'll start with a cleansing breath here. Take a full breath in through your nose and exhale side out through your mouth. We'll inhale through the nose to begin. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Two more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Start to let go of the breath control. Feel the weight of gravity push you down as you fully relax your body. Grounded, wise, strong. Start to bring your attention back into your body and come back to your breath. Introduce some subtle movements back to your fingers, back to your toes, even softly turning your head side to side. Letting those movements grow a little bit bigger with every breath you take, maybe reaching your arms up above your head, point your toes. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Roll over to one side. Allow your heart to settle. And keeping a soft gaze, your eyes remaining closed, push back up into your comfortable seats. Using our practice today as our guide as we head into the last 2 months of the year. As we prepare for winter, observe what is taking you into this new season and let go what has not been supportive for you in your life, whatever that may be, something small, something bigger, and choosing wisdom over outcome. Is it a pleasure to have all of you join me in my practice? Namaste.